Have you ever felt like your financial security is more fragile than you think? One unexpected expense, one sudden job loss, or even a small overlooked mistake could send everything you've worked for spiraling out of control. The reality is, there are hidden threats, risks most people never see coming, that can quietly erode your finances until it's too late. But what if you could identify these dangers early and shield yourself from them? In this video, we'll uncover 10 hidden threats that could silently destroy your financial security. And more importantly, share how you can avoid them before they wreak havoc on your future. Stay with us, because the knowledge you'll gain today could be the key to lasting peace of mind and financial stability. Number 1, losing your job. Let's start with something many of us fear, something that's become more common lately: losing your job. Job loss isn't just an emotional setback. It's a financial blow that can shake every aspect of your life. It's not just about losing your paycheck. It's about everything that follows: uncertainty, stress, and the fear of not knowing when or how you'll get back on your feet. And let's be honest, it's more than just about you. It affects your entire household. Now, here's something we all need to understand. Hard work alone will not make you immune to job loss. You can work tirelessly, give your best, and be a dedicated employee, but sometimes factors outside your control can lead to a layoff. It could be the economy, a company downsizing, or even a shift in industry needs. The reality is no job is 100% secure. So, what can you do to protect yourself from this financial blow? First, build an emergency fund. If you haven't already, now is the time to start saving. An emergency fund is not just a safety net. It's your lifeline during tough times. Ideally, it should cover at least 3 to 6 months of living expenses. This way, if you lose your job, you can buy yourself some time to find a new one without immediately falling into financial chaos. Second, keep your skills sharp. It's important to keep updating your hard skills, those technical abilities related to your job, whether it's learning a new software, getting additional certifications, or taking on new projects. But don't forget about your soft skills too, like communication and problem solving. These are the things that set you apart in the job market. And when you do face a job loss, your network can also be a lifesaver. It's your network that will help you get back on your feet, whether through job leads, references, or just moral support. Remember, losing your job doesn't have to be a life sentence of financial struggle. With the right preparation and mindset, it could be a temporary setback. It's about positioning yourself for recovery, not just hoping it won't happen to you. So, if you're not already taking steps to protect your financial security, now's the time to start. Number 2, piling up debt. Let's talk about something that can slowly destroy your financial security. If you've ever felt overwhelmed by the amount of money you owe, you know how exhausting it can be. It's like trying to run a marathon while carrying a heavy bag full of rocks. You're working hard, but every step feels harder, and you can't seem to move forward. This is what debt can do to your financial future. Debt, especially high-interest debt like credit cards, is a serious threat to your financial security. Here's why. When you carry a lot of debt, especially with high interest rates, the amount you owe starts growing faster than you can pay it down. It compounds quickly, which means you end up paying more interest than the actual debt itself. Even if you're making regular payments, you might look at your balance one day and realize it's higher than before. Why? Because the interest keeps piling on top of what you owe. This is a dangerous cycle where you're just paying the interest without making a dent in the actual amount you owe. And with every passing month, your financial freedom feels further away. This constant weight can drain your energy and your financial resources. It's a barrier that holds you back from building wealth or even feeling financially secure. But the good news is you can break free. You need to prioritize. Start by looking at your debts and focusing on the ones with the highest interest rates first. This is known as the avalanche method. By paying off the highest interest debt first, you reduce the overall amount of interest you pay over time, which can help you get out of debt faster. Another option is debt consolidation, where you combine your debts into one loan with a lower interest rate, making it easier to manage your payments. The key is to break out of the endless cycle and move forward. Take control of your debt, create a plan, and start making steady progress at what you owe. It's a process, but the more you focus on reducing your debt, the closer you'll get to regaining your financial security. Remember, piling up debt isn't just a small setback. It's a serious threat to your future. But with the right strategies and mindset, you can turn things around and start building the foundation for financial freedom. Number 3, unexpected medical bills. Let's talk about a threat that can hit you when you least expect it. 1 minute, everything is going fine, and the next, you're facing an emergency that could completely shake your financial security. It might be a sudden illness, a serious accident, or a chronic condition that requires ongoing care. And the costs? They can be massive, often arriving out of nowhere with little time to prepare. This is one of the biggest threats to your financial well-being. Medical bills can pile up fast, and if you're not properly insured, the burden can become overwhelming. The monthly cost of insurance may feel annoying at times, especially when you're healthy and haven't needed to use it. But trust me, not having insurance when you need it can go from annoyance to panic and eventually despair. Think about it. Would you rather be frustrated by a monthly bill that feels like it's a waste of money when you're not using it? Or would you rather face a massive medical emergency without the coverage you need? It's a tough choice, but one that could make a huge difference in your financial security. So, what can you do to protect yourself? First, make sure you're properly insured. Health insurance is an absolute must. And while it can feel like an added expense, it's a safety net that can protect you from financial disaster when medical issues arise. Another important step is to always double-check your medical bills for errors. Hospitals and doctors can make mistakes, and those mistakes can cost you. Be meticulous. Question everything on your bill and fight for your rights. Be relentless. Don't let anyone else take care of this for you. It may take some effort, but catching mistakes and negotiating costs could save you a lot of money. Lastly, it's always a good idea to keep yourself as healthy as possible to avoid unnecessary medical expenses. The healthier you are, the less you'll have to spend on treatment and medications in the future. Unexpected medical bills can be a major threat to your financial security, but with the right planning, the right insurance, and a careful eye on your bills, you can protect yourself from the worst. Don't wait for an emergency to realize how important it is. Start preparing now. I know this can all feel overwhelming, but the good news is you're already taking the first step by watching this video. And if you want to continue building your financial knowledge to stay ahead, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell. That way, you'll always be in the loop when new tips and strategies drop to help you protect and grow your wealth. Now let's dive into the next threat. Number 4, economic recession. Let's talk about a threat that can sneak up on you. You'll hear about it long before you actually feel it. News headlines, experts, and even your friends and family will warn you about it, but you might brush it off, thinking it's not going to affect you. But then, one day, you start to notice changes. Grocery bills creep up without you realizing it. 1 month, your money seems to disappear much faster than usual. Then companies start downsizing, your investments lose value, and job security becomes a lot more uncertain. An economic recession is like a cold winter. It's something that affects everyone in some way, even if it's not immediately obvious. For many, it means less income coming in at a time when maintaining financial stability is more important than ever. It can feel overwhelming, but it doesn't have to destroy your financial security. The key is to prepare before it hits and make the right adjustments. So, what can you do? First, you need to scale back on unnecessary spending. When times are tough, it's time to prioritize your essentials. Swap out the fancy grocery brands for more basic ones. Cut back on extravagant vacations and opt for something more local. And remember, sometimes just buying fewer things can make a big difference. Every little adjustment helps you stretch your money further. Next, you need to diversify your income sources and investments. If all your income is tied to one job or one investment, you're more vulnerable when the economy takes a downer. Look for ways to create multiple income streams, whether it's a side hustle, freelance work, or investing in different markets. This gives you a financial cushion when things get tight. Another thing you can do is watch economic indicators. Keep an eye on news about inflation rates, employment trends, and market changes. By staying informed, you can anticipate what's coming and adjust your finances before things get worse. Make sure your budget is flexible enough to handle unexpected shifts. Recessions are challenging, but with the right planning and mindset, you can weather the storm. Take action now to protect your finances. Scale back, diversify, stay informed, and make sure you're prepared to handle whatever the economy throws your way. Number 5, scammers. Imagine this. Someone deceives you into giving up your personal information, your credit card numbers, social security number, or even access to your bank accounts. Once they have it, they can wreak havoc on your finances, leaving you with drained accounts, ruined credit, and months, even years of financial damage. Here's how scammers operate. They use tactics like phishing emails, fake websites, fraudulent phone calls, and even social engineering to trick you into sharing sensitive information. Some will pose as trusted companies, government agencies, or even people you know, creating a false sense of urgency to get you to act quickly. Once they have what they need, they can steal your money, open accounts in your name, or rack up debt that you're stuck paying for. The worst part? By the time you realize what's happened, the damage is already done. Scammers are experts at covering their tracks, making it difficult to recover what's been taken and restore your financial stability. Now, you might be wondering, how do I protect myself from scammers? The good news is, there are clear steps you can take to reduce your risk and keep your financial information safe. First, always verify who you're dealing with. Scammers often pretend to be from reputable companies, like your bank or a government agency, to gain your trust. If you receive a suspicious call or email asking for personal information, don't share anything right away. Instead, contact the company directly using a phone number or website you know is legitimate to confirm if the request is real. Second, be cautious about what you share online. Social media can be a gold mine for scammers looking for personal details like your birthday, address, or even answers to security questions. Limit what you post publicly and adjust your privacy settings to control who sees your information. Third, watch out for phishing attempts. These are emails or texts designed to look like they're from legitimate sources, tricking you into clicking malicious links or providing sensitive details. Be skeptical of unexpected messages, especially those with urgent requests or poor grammar. Fourth, use technology to your advantage. Enable two-factor authentication on your accounts for an extra layer of security. With this, even if a scammer gets your password, they won't be able to access your account without the second verification step. Finally, educate yourself and stay informed about common scams. The more you know about how scammers operate, the better equipped you'll be to recognize and avoid their traps. Scammers are a serious threat to your financial security, but by staying alert, protecting your information, and verifying every request, you can safeguard yourself. Don't let scammers catch you off guard. Take action now to defend your finances and your peace of mind. Number 6, poor investment decisions. The problem with bad investments is that you often don't realize it until it's too late. You might think you're making a smart move, only to find out the hard way that you've lost money. Sometimes, you know you're taking a risk or making a gamble, but you go ahead with it anyway, hoping it'll pay off. Maybe you've even been warned against it, but you convince yourself that you know better. These are the most dangerous situations. The truth is, poor investment decisions can lead to significant financial losses. And what makes it worse is that you might continue making those same mistakes because you're not fully understanding what went wrong. Those losses can be much scarier than the mistakes themselves because they can snowball, leading to even more poor choices down the line. So, how can you protect yourself from making bad investment choices? First, do your research. Don't rush into an investment just because it sounds good or because someone else is doing it. Take the time to understand what you're investing in, how it works, and the potential risks involved. The more you know, the better prepared you'll be to make sound decisions. Next, consider getting a financial advisor. A professional can help guide you in the right direction and ensure you're making choices that align with your financial goals. Advisors have the knowledge and experience to help you avoid common pitfalls and make smarter investments. Also, stay informed. Read up on financial news, trends, and different investment strategies. The more you educate yourself, the more confident you'll be in making decisions that will secure your financial future. Finally, talk to people you trust, whether it's other investors or professionals in the field. Networking with others can provide you with valuable insights and help you see the bigger picture before you make a move. Poor investment decisions can be a major threat to your financial security, but by doing your research, getting advice, and staying informed, You can reduce your risk and make smarter choices that will help you build long-term wealth. Number 7, natural disasters. Let's talk about a threat that, unfortunately, we often overlook: natural disasters. These are the types of emergencies most people think will never happen to them. Maybe you've thought about what you'd do in case of a disaster, but dismissed it, thinking it's too unlikely. Sometimes, people who prepare for these events get labeled as doomsday preppers or overthinkers. But the truth is, natural disasters can strike anywhere, and it's never wise to ignore the possibility. In some places, planning for natural disasters is just part of daily life. But in others, it might seem unnecessary. The reality is, you never really know when disaster will hit. And trust me, it's better to be prepared than to find out too late that you weren't. Hurricanes, earthquakes, floods, and fires all have the potential to damage your home, car, and other personal property. These disasters don't just cost money to repair or replace what's damaged. They can also put your safety and the safety of your loved ones at risk. Even worse, if you're not properly insured, the expenses could drain your savings or leave you in serious debt. But that's not all. A natural disaster can also disrupt your ability to work or run your business. If your workplace or office is damaged, or if you can't get there because of the disaster, you could lose income for weeks or even months. This is where your emergency fund becomes a financial lifeline. Having an emergency fund specifically for situations like this provides a cushion when you need it most. It's not about being paranoid, it's about being prepared. The last thing you want is to be caught financially unprepared when disaster strikes. Natural disasters can hurt your wallet in many ways, but with the right insurance, an emergency fund, and a clear plan in place, you can protect yourself and your finances. Don't wait for the unexpected to happen. Take action now, so you're not left struggling when disaster strikes. Number 8, excessive spending. Let's talk about a financial habit that can quickly spiral out of control: excessive spending. You've probably heard the term YOLO. You only live once, right? It's often used as an excuse to spend excessively, buy whatever you want, and live for the moment. While it sounds fun and carefree, this kind of mentality can seriously harm your financial security. The problem is, when you don't have much money, planning your finances can feel pointless. You might think, what's the point of budgeting when I can barely make ends meet? But on the flip side, when you do have extra money, the mindset shifts to, why bother planning? I've got it covered. This kind of thinking leads to spending freely without a second thought, believing that enjoying life today is more important than worrying about tomorrow. But here's the thing: excessive spending is a silent threat to your financial future. Planning your finances isn't about limiting your enjoyment. It's about giving yourself freedom. Freedom to enjoy life now while securing your financial future. With even a basic financial structure, you ensure that if things ever take a turn for the worse, you'll have the tools to handle it. And that starts with creating a plan for your money. Start small. Set up a basic budget or a simple saving strategy. These small steps can completely change the way you manage your money. As you get comfortable, you can refine your approach, set clearer goals, and tighten your plan to stay on track for reaching those goals. This doesn't mean you have to stop enjoying life. It means taking control of your money instead of letting your money control you. Having a plan in place helps you make smarter decisions, like determining how much you should save, how much you can spend, and where to invest your money for long-term growth. By managing your finances today, you're paving the way for financial freedom tomorrow. Don't let excessive spending derail your financial security. Make a plan, stick to it, and watch your wealth grow one step at a time. Number 9, divorce. No one plans for divorce or separation when they're spending thousands on their wedding. Yet, it happens all too often, and very few people have a strong financial plan in place for that possibility. It might seem uncomfortable to think about, but trust me, planning for the unexpected can save you from a lot of financial pain down the road. As Benjamin Franklin once said, failing to plan is planning to fail. Divorce doesn't just bring emotional pain. It can be a major financial blow. You're not only dealing with the costs of lawyers and court fees, but also the splitting of assets, property, and potentially your income. Whether it's resolved amicably or drags out for months, it's going to hurt financially. But here's the thing: you can reduce the impact by planning ahead. Going into a marriage without considering the potential financial consequences of a divorce is a risky move. Open and honest conversations with your partner about money, how you'll handle assets, and what will happen if things don't work out are crucial. It might feel uncomfortable, but it's necessary. If you've built up assets during your marriage, having a plan in place can make a huge difference. Divorce doesn't just hurt emotionally, it can drain your bank account. Consult with a financial advisor or lawyer before making big decisions. Being proactive can save you both money and stress. The reality is, divorce is expensive enough, and the last thing you want is for the process to wipe out everything you've worked for. This isn't about expecting the worst. It's about protecting your financial future no matter what life throws your way. Take action now. Have the tough conversations, seek expert advice, and prepare yourself financially. Because while you can't predict the future, you can protect yourself from the fallout. Number 10, depending on one source of income. Relying on a single source of income is one of the biggest threats to your financial security. While your job might feel stable now, the truth is that so much of our financial anxiety comes from things we can't control, like company layoffs, economic downturns, or even a difficult boss. No matter how hard you work, no job is ever 100% secure. This is why having multiple sources of income isn't just a luxury, it's a necessity. It doesn't mean you need to match your main salary right away, but having extra income streams provides peace of mind. For instance, investments that grow over time can serve as a financial safety net, similar to emergency savings. These funds grow passively, offering you backup income without constant effort. A side hustle or second job is another great option. Ideally, choose something that doesn't trade too much of your time for money, so you can maintain your mental energy even if your primary job becomes uncertain. Multiple income sources act as a financial shield, giving you the flexibility to adjust without the stress of not being able to pay your bills. Think about starting a small business, investing in stocks, or exploring real estate opportunities. Freelance work or a part-time gig can also boost your financial cushion. The key is diversification. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. When you spread out your income streams, you reduce the risk of financial instability if one source dries up. By creating multiple streams of income, you're not only protecting yourself from the unexpected, but also accelerating your journey to financial freedom. Don't wait for a financial crisis to realize the importance of diversifying your income. Start building now so you can secure your future. Now that you've seen just how many threats there are to your financial security, it's clear that being prepared is key. But this is just the beginning. If you want to dive deeper into how to protect your finances, build wealth, and secure your future, make sure to subscribe, because I've got more eye-opening tips coming your way that could change how you approach money forever. Don't wait for these threats to become reality. Take control today, and let's navigate this financial journey together. Click that bell so you don't miss out on any of the strategies that could transform your financial security.